Hello everyone, how are you all? I welcome you all to the SAM IELTS YouTube channel. Well, this channel is actually dedicated to the IELTS aspirants as well as the people who really want to learn English professionally, because this channel consists of a lot of inputs regarding the English as well as the basic level to the advanced level of phrasal verbs. Alright, without further delay, let's get started. Today, I'm going to discuss you the phrasal verbs that you can actually use in your day-to-day conversations, as well as you can actually use this in the IELTS exam also. Alright, so I'm going to give you few connectors or the signpost words that you can actually use in the speaking exam. For example, if you consider the IELTS speaking part 1, it is more of the general questions. So in the general question, you need to understand, you need to tell a point and you need to explain it. You may explain one point or you may explain 2 points. Alright, I'm going to tell you the connectors that you can actually use to add your points. For example, if you tell one point and you explained it, you need to add on the next point. What do you use? You can actually use on top of that. Well, also you can use furthermore, moreover, but I'm just giving you another word that you can actually use. Also, on top of that, these are all the phrasal verbs that you can actually use, add the points to your answer. Clear? Yes. So, if you use these phrasal verbs to add your points to the examiner, for sure your lexical scores values will be increased and as well as your score is increased multifold. Alright, we all have a thing that we need to explain. For example, if you want to tell the reason, how to tell the reason to the examiner, instead of because, you can actually use since, you can actually use due to, you can actually use the word given that. Please try to replace the word because using these phrasal verbs, because these phrasal verbs will give you a very important thing that is called as the impression. So by getting the impression, you will get the band 8. So I would recommend you to take a note of these kind of words in a pen and the paper and in your vocabulary journal. Then while practicing, try to replace the word because using these kind of words. Clear? Alright. Let me get into the speaking part 2, because speaking part 2 is a bit complicated or a bit challenging because you need to speak continuously for 2 minutes. While speaking 2 minutes, you need to follow your grammar, you need to follow the sentence structure, as well as you need to tell the story logically. So what can you do that for that? So I'm going to tell you a sequence of words. Please take a pen and paper and note down these words. Alright, in the speaking part 2, once you got the question paper and the examiner is asking you to start, you can actually say that, like, when talking about, the first thing comes to my mind is that. When talking about this, the first thing comes to my mind is that. It's a good phrasal verb that you can actually use to start your answer. Clear? And you can actually speak accordingly, consequently, subsequently, you can actually use these to connect the sentences. Also, you can use as far as the situation is concerned. As far as the situation is concerned, what did you do? You can tell anything, but you can say as far as the situation is concerned. Clear? Alright. Then you can actually use basically, generally, needless to say, nevertheless, while, even though. Use these kind of phrasal verbs or these kind of complex structures into your answer while expressing your answer to the examiner very clearly. Remember, the repetition is one of the biggest drastic thing that you can do in the IELTS exam. When you do the repetition, then the answer would be a disaster. The examiner will not give you marks. So if you run out of your ideas, please don't worry, stop your answer. Instead of repeating your answer again and again, you can actually stop down your answer. That would actually give you more marks. Are you clear with this? Alright. While doing the conclusion, how to conclude? You cannot use in conclusion, to conclude, therefore, hence. These are all called as the written words. Please don't use these words. Instead, you can actually use overall, all in all, in the nutshell. To wrap up, you can use these phrasal verbs which will be more conversational. Remember, the IELTS speaking exam is the conversational exam. So you have to use a lot of conversational words instead of saying the words again and again, or you are not allowed to use the writing vocabulary words. Are you clear with this? This is a complete structure that you can actually use for the IELTS speaking part 2. Then what about the part 3? What you can say in the part 3? See, in the part 3, you can actually use the word furthermore, moreover, secondly, thirdly, these are all the sequential cohesive devices that you can actually use. On top of that, you can use what's more. What's more, you can actually use this word because this is a very good add-on filler. And then you can use likewise. Likewise, yes, you can use this word. And you can also use based on the fact. Not only but also, these are all the very good cohesive devices that you can actually use. So use these phrasal verbs in order to get good band score, either band 8 plus in the IELTS speaking exam. See, in the speaking exam, you need to maintain a vocabulary journal where you need to write down all these words. Prepare the answer. Never prepare or never memorize the answer. Instead, prepare the answer by the chunk of words. Also, I want you to work on with the vocabulary and the grammar part. So have a journal, take the vocabulary and the grammar part, do the mirror practicing exercise. If you need any help, please visit www.samielts.in. We have a plethora of tutors where we teach you the methods and the strategies, the techniques that you need to use in the IELTS exam to clear the IELTS exam in the first attempt itself. If you need any help, don't forget to visit www.samielts.in or our team WhatsApp number 904314084 to book a free demo. Thank you for watching this video till the very end. If you really like this video, please like, share and subscribe to us. Also, please share this video to the IELTS aspirant who really found the words very, very useful. So, thank you so much.